We're honored to have with us Ambassador Ronald Lauder, President of the World Jewish Congress and President of this Roundtable Business Summit between the Jerusalem Post and the Khaleej Times.
Your Excellencies, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, salam and shalom. I'm honored to join you today at this historic conference. For the first time ever, an Israeli newspaper and a newspaper from the Arab world, working as partners, have brought together distinguished politicians, experts and intellectuals from different nations in a conference for our future. More to the point, not just different nations, but the Jewish state of Israel and its new Arab Middle East partners. This is an important milestone. I'd like to congratulate the editors of Khaleej Times and the Jerusalem Post, along with their publishers, for this achievement. Even though we are speaking virtually and not in person, there is a triumph for all the people of the Middle East. You are all bridge builders, people who understand that peace is better than war, people who celebrate what we all have in common, and not what divides us. People who want to leave a better world for their children and their grandchildren. People who understand that salam and shalom have the same meaning and carry the same message. And that message is one of hope, not fear. Let me be clear about one important fact. None of this would have happened without the courageous steps taken by the rulers of UAE, the Prime Minister of Israel, the President of the United States, and the Secretary of State, along with the leaders of Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. I am very hopeful that other nations will soon follow their example. At the same time, I continue to hope for and work towards a two-state solution for Palestinians and Israelis, so future generations will no longer live in fear and mistrust. I have always believed in the vision of peacemakers because I know this one simple fact, that neighbors leading productive lives together in peace, dignity, and prosperity is better than the alternative. As President of the World Jewish Congress, I am constantly fighting anti-Semitism, which has grown worse during this pandemic. But I am also aware that Islamophobia and the hatred against other religions and races continues. I fight these as well. I will tell you, there must be no room for any of this, anywhere. We must fight all hatred together. People often ask me, why have I devoted my life to this cause? My answer is clear. Because I know future generations can lead lives better in peace. Because it is my duty as a Jew, and because Abraham was the forefather of all of us. And also, it's the right thing to do. Over my many trips throughout the Middle East and North Africa, I've had the opportunity to learn from conversations with your leaders, your teachers, and ordinary people in the street. It quickly became apparent that we all have the same concerns, the same hopes, the same fears. We also talked about our common bond as children of Abraham and what could bring us closer together. That is why today is so important. A great journey, a difficult journey, always begins with the first step. Today, after years of dreaming for this, we take these first steps together. Let's all remember, we could never have arrived here without the vision of great people who came before us, who led the way. People like Sheikh Zayed, the founding father of the Emirates, who believed in a multi-ethnic, multi-religious society. Yitzhak Rabin and Shimon Peres, who devoted their lives to the dream of peace between Israel and its Arab neighbors. I know how proud they always be of the Abraham Accords. At the same time, we still have a lot of work ahead of us, especially in the field of education. Education is the key to a better understanding and a better future. This is how we will fight prejudice. Through education, we must also learn about the history of our peoples. In some cases, even the painful parts where deep wounds were inflicted. This won't always be easy, but we should never be afraid of an honest dialogue. Here's another true sign of hope. I'm so pleased that we're building a Jewish school in Dubai, which furthers the bold, inclusive steps the Emirates are taking as a leader in the cause of peace. I'm pleased to see so many Israelis boarding flights to visit the Emirates right after the accord was signed. As the president of the World Jewish Congress, I'm delighted that the Emirates are joining our organization, which already includes Morocco, Tunisia, and Bahrain. There is so much we can and will do together. In times of friendship and peace, a lot of good can be created, not only for the Israeli and Emirati societies, but the whole world. I wish this group a productive time. I hope we will soon have the opportunity to hold these gatherings in person. Let me close by saying, Mazel Tov and Mabruk to all of us for bringing bridge builders closer together, and peace be upon us all. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum.